Hello, I'm Peter Aitchison from Aitchison Industries, Wanganui, New Zealand. New Zealand is a country heavily dependent on farmers, and unlike many other countries, it is pasture-based, and they retain their low costs of farming by keeping their costs down and their profits secure. Many thousands of farmers own a machine like this, and I'd like to tell you something about its features.
The Aitchison Seedmatic's your answer to top quality pastures. A machine combining the latest technology with simplicity and versatility. The Aitchison Seedmatic offers you easy operation with sophisticated performance. Here are some typical scenes of rural New Zealand. Home to more than 50 million sheep, nearly 10 million head of cattle, and around 3 million people. In this country, farming offers an enjoyable and prosperous lifestyle, even though the prices paid for sheep, beef and dairy products are much lower than in Europe and North America. You'll notice there are no barns or silos and very few crops. The low-cost pasture-based techniques developed and employed by New Zealand farmers are creating huge interest overseas, as research scientist Dr. John Hay explains. Worn out and tired pasture is replaced and renewed by machines. The Aitchison Seedmatic does the job for thousands of farmers. 20 years of progressive technology has produced a machine that can not only service the local market, but is exported to more than 30 countries. We have a drill that does everything. It handles cultivated soil like a regular drill, sowing wheat, barley and maize. It drills into untilled soil, sowing cash crops like peas, and sows brassica, turnips, rape and kale into sprayed out pastures. Operation of the drill is simple. Once attached to the tractor, first check the levels, front and back, side to side. This is to ensure the tines enter the soil evenly. To start seeding, make sure the drill is moving forward when it enters the ground. Otherwise, soil will pass up the seeding spout and cause blockages. The tractor should be driven at around 8 kilometres or 5 miles per hour, creating good vibration of the tines. This will shed trash and establish a good seed bed. Harrows or rollers should be used depending on the conditions.
Now we're going to set the seeding depth. The best depth to place the seeder at is around about 50 millimetres or 2 inches. And you can measure that with your hand or a measure here. You adjust that height by using this ratchet controller and taking the level of the gauge here. Remember that the seed is ejected in the back tube, and it comes out at this level, which is much higher than the point of the seeding boot. So it is quite in order to seed deeper, remembering that the seed is being emitted at a higher level. The disc coulter kit set is an optional extra which is added to the drill to make a track for the seeding boots to follow. It makes a much neater job, and in trashy conditions it eliminates some of the trash problems by cutting the trash. It is usual to set the disc at approximately 25 millimetres so that it will go into the soil approximately 25 millimetres, that's 1 inch. And you adjust it by moving this lever here. If the soil is very hard, remember to raise the discs from the ground to allow the points to enter without the discs trying to keep the drill out of the soil. So that's a golden rule. Raise the discs if the soil is hard, lower it if it is soft and friable.
There are 2 basic techniques for pasture renovation: rejuvenation and renewal. Rejuvenation is a popular technique where the seeds of new and virile plants are sown directly into existing pasture. The new strains improve the pasture with very little production loss. This technique is known as stitching in, and the post-management is most important. Refrain from grazing for at least 10 days after sowing, and don't allow the established sward to grow any longer than 100 millimetres, that's about 5 inches. Renewal involves total herbage control. The old pasture or crop residue is sprayed with a wide-spectrum herbicide like glyphosate before drilling. And by eliminating the competition, this is the best way to ensure new pasture establishment. Convert your pasture from trash to quality pasture in just a few weeks. In temperate climates with mild winters, autumn is the best time for pasture renovation. In tropical climates, spring is preferred, and in arid conditions, the best results come before or after summer rains. A basic requirement for seed germination is a warm, moist seed bed. The seeds should be sown when there's enough moisture for quick germination and little chance of later drought. Now let's take a look at some more of the drill's design features.
Seedmatic drills are made in three sizes: 6 foot, 8 foot and 10 foot. That's 1.9, 2.4 and 3 metre. And these are designed for different horsepower tractors and large and small farms. Seedmatic drills are fitted with seed box, fertilizer box or granule box, depending on the needs of the farmer. The drills can also be used as a linkage drill or a trail drill. Linkage, of course, being attached in this position on the linkage arms, and the disc coulter kit set is an optional extra and can be fitted to all linkage or trail drills. It has a spring-loaded pod system here, which if a rock is encountered, each individual spring will allow the disc coulter pod to move up out of the way, so no damage will occur. The beam is lead-filled to add weight, and it is recommended, the disc coulter kit set is recommended for trashy fields and for fields that have thick sod.
Perhaps the most impressive feature of the Aitchison Seedmatic is the unique patented seeding system. Once again, it's simple and versatile with quality design features. Even the large hoppers with wide lids make the Seedmatic easy to work with.
Let me tell you about the unique sponge feed seeding mechanism that all Seedmatic drills are fitted with. The seeding mechanism is in fact a soft sponge, which when it rotates, it picks the seed up, it absorbs the seed and moves it around this groove and down the seeding tube. Our company developed this seeding mechanism some years ago, and we have taken out a world patent on the mechanism. It's unique in the world in that we're able to sow every type of seed, from a large seed like a maize or broad bean seed, right down to a small grain or legume like a turnip seed. We can not only sow these seeds, but we can sow them at rates as low as 1 kilogram per hectare and up to 350 kilograms. We know of no other machine that has this capability. We control the seeding rate on the sponge pad by means of this gearbox, this variable speed gearbox. And depending upon the speed that this travels at, depends on the feed out rate. The faster the gearbox travels, the higher the seeding rate. And we look at our chart here to decide what seeding rate we're going to choose, and then we simply wind this lever to place the pointer on that position to give us exactly the seeding rate that we want to sow at. If we have to calibrate the drill, we then have to put this handle on this position here. We would calibrate the drill, for instance, if we had combinations of seeds, such as seeding mixtures, ryegrass and clover. And we would have to calibrate the drill by winding this handle 29 times. We catch the seed from 4 outlets and we weigh it. And then we divide by 3, which gives kilograms per hectare. For instance, if we've collected 60 grams of seed, we divide by 3 equals 20, which is 20 kilograms per hectare.
Spreading the fertilizer is another simple task thanks to the design qualities of the Seedmatic. It's easy to clean and to operate.
The fertilizer system is very simple. We use a stainless steel aperture open and close system, which we determine by assessing the rate of fertilizer on this chart. If we, for instance, wanted 100 kilograms per hectare, we look at the chart, come up here until it crosses over the line here and move out here, and we'll see that it requires to be set on position 2.
And finally, let's look at another of Seedmatic's quality features, the tines.
The tine vibrates as it goes through the soil due to the action of the spring coil tine. The disc, the preceding disc, creates a cut. The baker boot travels along the cut, and it's got a tungsten carbide insert here with a wing here which creates a tilth. Fertilizer travels down this tube and is ejected at a lower level to the seed from this tube. And there's an overflow of soil over the fertilizer, protecting the seed from seed burn. It's possible to adjust this tube up or down depending on the depth of seeding required. Small seeds such as brassicas and clovers should be sowed at very shallow depths.
大佐とか持ってっちゃうみたいだからそしたらそれはそれでいいのかな。あと金曜日ですよね。金曜日どのくらい雨降るか。
To summarise, direct drilling has many advantages over the more traditional form of pasture renewal, cultivation. There's no need for lengthy fallow periods, allowing increased productivity per hectare. The method's less labour intensive and equipment operating costs are lower. It's less capital intensive. Soil disturbance is minimal, preventing weeds from germinating. It's much cheaper than cultivation and not heavily dependent on the weather. The pasture can be used 4 or 5 weeks after sowing. New pastures are not easily damaged because soil structure is maintained. And finally, minimal disturbance of the soil means hill country is less prone to erosion. The Aitchison Seedmatic, an unparalleled asset for farmers serious about improving productivity. Thank you for your attention. We invite you to share in our technology.